So let's go ahead. Let's try to attempt some type of tasks that we can do when it comes to writing Python code. For example, let's create a task, and in this task, we are going to write specific code related to different types of activities. Some of the activities could be, say, going ahead and creating a class named house with the appropriate variables and methods, and then writing another class called square to define methods to return the square and the perimeter, as well as calculating the area and perimeter and testing your code per se. Let's try those activities out. So first thing we will do is we will create a class called house. Okay. And let's pass. Let's also create a class called square. And here we will define the self and the size. We need to define the side, that is side. And I will say self dot side is equal to side. Then within this, I will define another function called area. This area will return the area for me, and I will define a perimeter, and this will return the perimeter for me. I can then test this code for myself by going ahead and using the code. So square is equal to square 10 and print the square dot area and print the square dot perimeter. We can run the code to check if it works properly and looks like it is working properly for us. Similarly, we can also do certain other types of tasks. For example, what if I would like to create another type of task wherein I will create a class called rectangle that allows you to build a rectangle with the length and the width attributes, then create a perimeter method to calculate the perimeter of the rectangle along with the area, then create a method called display that displays the length, the width, the perimeter, and the area of the object, and then also create a parallelopiped child class from the rectangle class and calculate the volume, the area of the rectangle, the perimeter of the rectangle, and then also test the code. Let's go ahead, let's try out this second type of tasks. For this, we will again create a rectangle class. I will put here length and width, and here I'm going to do self dot length, and here I will do self dot width. Okay, so my variables are clearly defined. Then I'm going to do define area, which is going to be self dot length and self dot width. Then define perimeter, which is going to be uh, mm, actually it is supposed to be twice. So I will just do then I can also say define display. Here I can do print area of the rectangle, print perimeter of the rectangle. Uh, let me say print um, length of the rectangle as well as print width of the rectangle. All right. And then I can create another class called parallelepiped, which will be for the rectangle class. I will put width and length, and now this will also have another called height. All right, and I can actually use, instead of this, I can use super. All right, so super is also one of the functions that I can use. I can use super. Okay, and dot, yeah, length and width, and then I can do self height is equal to height. And here I will need to also compute the volume. So I will do define volume self, which will be, yeah, height, width, and length. Let me test this code also because I know I need to test it. So let me do RECT is equal to a rectangle, maybe 10 and 5. And then I can also do RECT dot display. And similarly, I can make a parallelepiped, which is for 10, 5, and 2. And then I can also go ahead and do print the volume. All right, so I can run these different commands to be able to see that they are working properly. That would be another set of tasks that we can perform. Similarly, we can do a third set of tasks wherein I can create a staff class with the name, age, and salary. And I must make sure that salary must be a private attribute that cannot be accessed outside the class. So to do that, once again, I can write specialized piece of code. For example, I will write a code as below. I will do task 3. Here I will create a class called staff, and there I can do define name, age, and I think I also need to have salary. Just hold on, salary. Okay, and now here I'm gonna do self.salary is salary. I will now also do define salary. Let me define get underscore salary, where I will return the self. And hold on, I will just mark it also as private by doing underscore underscore. Okay, this will also be then used with the double underscore, which will actually declare it now as private. Right, I will also do define set salary, and here I will return the salary, which will be only set here. And I will just, instead of this, I will call it new salary, so that it is clear that when I'm setting the salary, it is a new salary instead of the original salary. Okay, all right, and I can set it up here. All right, so new salary, and then of course let me show you how to use this class. You would say staff is equal to staff John 30. Let me say John 30, and salary 50,000, and then I can do print get salary for John. All right, that's what we can do. Okay, similarly, I can also go ahead and I can perform specific activities. Say, for example, I was using a bank account. So if I have a bank account for myself, I can actually create account numbers, names, and balance, as well as create constructors for these, create deposit, withdrawal, bank fees, display, and try to complete the code with, say, maybe some percentage of the bank balance as my bank fees. So how can I perform such a task? So for this, once again, let's go ahead, let's try it out. So I'm going to use this for task number 4. I will do class bank account. Here I will define my, so this should be account number, then name, and then the balance. Once again, I will say account number, name, and the balance. All right. Then I will define the deposit function, which will have the self and the amount. Then I will have the withdrawal function. Once again, here I can only withdraw if amount is greater than self dot balance. Okay. I will say print insufficient balance. Else I will allow, so I will say else set balance equal to amount, and I will say print let me say if withdrawn amount this much, new balance is equal to self dot balance. Okay, so I can now go ahead and I can give a very okay, I think I need to put it from here. My new balance is equal to uh, self dot balance. Okay, what is this? Okay, I can also define the bank fees. So I'm going to define bank fees for self. I don't need the amount. I can just go ahead and I can do it as a percentage. So I will say fees is equal to, sorry about that. Fees is equal to self dot balance multiplied by 0.05, and I will do self dot balance is equal to the fees, and then I will do print bank fees. Similarly, I will do define display self. I will do print the account number and the balance. And similarly, I can now use them in my actual code. So let me go ahead and let me do that. First, let me create a bank account. So I can say account is equal to, and I can use an example. There I can say deposit. I can say account dot withdrawn, not withdrawn. Let me say yes, lesser. Actually, maybe I can also say account dot um, dot display. Okay, there I can actually see all of these, and again I can say account dot bank fees as well as account dot display again, and I can run my code per se. All right, to be able to see. Okay, hold on. I think somewhere I have, oh, here. Okay, so I will sorry, I think I made a mistake here. It should be the colon is missing over here, and let's run it again. Okay, let me see what is this. Uh, oh, sorry about that. This is incorrectly indented, so my bad. Okay, it needs to be indented properly. Sorry about that. Let's run it again. And now we can use the details that we have. All right, so I can put the name also. Let me say John again. And I can check out how the balance is. All right, and this one, right? Oh, I think this one I made a mistake. It should be new balance. 1 second, I will just check this. Okay, here. Is it, oh no, something is again wrong. New balance. What have I done? Should be here. New balance. Okay. Now let me check this now. What is happening? Self-drawn balance. Why isn't it? The color is also not changed. Is it supposed to be like this or something? Let me see. Mm, Basically, this is extra. Let me just remove this. Okay. I think now it should work properly. Let me run it to see. Now it's working properly. Okay. So the extra double quotes, and I can go ahead and I can also create a bank account for this. All right.